He ruled a kingdom, yet couldn't recognize his own wife. He wore a crown, but thought he was made of glass. His madness plunged France into chaos, and his enemies rejoiced. This is not fiction. This is the true story of Charles IV, King of France, or as history remembers him, the Mad King. Welcome back to Forbidden History Vault, where we rip open the dusty archives, pry into royal bedrooms, and uncover the truths they didn't want you to know. Today's episode? One of the most disturbing royal collapses in history. Let's talk madness, power, and whether the line between the two was deliberately crossed. Charles IV became king in 1380, just 11 years old. France was at war with England, torn apart by feuding nobles and broken promises. But for a brief moment, there was hope. Charles was crowned Charles the Beloved. He was handsome, energetic, just, and sane. So what happened? In 1392, during a campaign against a traitor, Charles suddenly turned on his own men. He drew his sword, and slaughtered several knights. He then collapsed, eyes vacant, foaming at the mouth. Diagnosis? In the Middle Ages, there wasn't one. The doctors blamed hot humors, demonic possession, and of course, witchcraft. But the truth was far darker. Charles believed he was made of glass. He refused to let people touch him. He wore iron rods in his clothing so he wouldn't shatter. He forgot his name. He forgot he was king. He attacked his own wife, tried to kill his servants, and at times, wandered the halls of the palace howling like a wolf. The court called him Charles the Mad. But some whispered, he'd been poisoned. Who stood to gain from a broken king? Enter, the Duke of Burgundy. Charles's cousin. A man known for ambition and cruelty, and, suspiciously, one who rose in power every time Charles lost his mind. And then there were the mysterious apothecaries. Foreign physicians with exotic tonics. A constant rotation of medicines that only worsened the king's condition. Was someone deliberately keeping him mad? While Charles raved in his chambers, France burned. His madness paved the way for civil war, for English victories like Agincourt, for betrayal after betrayal. And while his rivals plotted, his wife, Queen Isabeau, was accused of adultery, incest, and manipulation. Was she trying to hold the crown together, or rule from behind the veil of her husband's broken mind? Charles died in 1422. Forgotten. Broken. Insane. Some say he suffered from schizophrenia, or bipolar disorder. Some say it was porphyria, a blood disorder often tied to royal madness. But others say he was a victim of slow, calculated poisoning, mental and political. Because in the court of kings, madness is a tool. And Charles IV was the perfect puppet. So, was Charles simply a tragic figure, lost to a mind he couldn't control? Or was he destroyed, piece by piece, by those who wanted the crown for themselves? Tell us what you think in the comments. And if you thought this tale of glass bones and shattered minds was dark, wait until you see what's coming next. Hit that subscribe button. Smash the like. Tap the bell. This is Forbidden History Vault, where power corrupts, and secrets rot behind gilded walls.